I'm going to fly like a dog in a crate. On commercial airlines, dogs must fly in a crate, either under a seat or in the cargo hold. How do you feel about a 4-hour flight? I love the dramatic sound effects every time they show the crate or this guy purposely hit his head on the crate. Is there anybody there? After flying like a dog for 3 hours and 27 minutes, Matt arrives at his destination. I don't know why any person would ever choose to do this to their dog. It's an absolute force, Matt. There has to be a better way. This is the part that got me to do this video.
Well, you know, you're going to say,
They're claiming let's see if that's true. You guys, unfortunately, like the peasants we are, we first had to go through a public airport.
As long as I'm doing like this, and I need to
Dallas,
say I'm
for some reason, Park Air doesn't currently service anywhere in Texas, but this is actually totally fine because it gives us a chance to compare a regular old Southwest flight to a fancy Park Air flight when flying with the dog. And we'll go quickly through the Southwest flight. Folks, here's one of the first drawbacks of flying on a regular airline with a dog. Cedric will have to stay in this carrier bag for the entire flight. It's also Cedric's first flight ever, so I hope he doesn't freak out or have an absolute horror show like the CEO of Park Air did. Here's another drawback of public airlines: long security lines and not a direct charter like Park Air. Buddy, your bag got stopped.
So this is a watch for snow. We're watching for snow. Yeah, we need to know if we can find some snow. Yeah, we gotta speak a little bit louder. Or actually, no, don't speak loudly. Just speak softly. Yeah, because we're on a watch for snow since we got a weather alert and we're not at school today, all because of the snow. So, and we're not gonna yell because our mom is asleep. Also, because the audio could get bad if we do yell. Yes. So let's go back. Yeah, but we're gonna go back to what we're doing, and we'll check on up some updates.
Barely out of the bag, but the flight attendant was very adamant about his head needing to be in the bag and entirely zipped up for the duration of the flight. I get that people have allergies, but I thought that was a bit extra. Overall, though, the flight definitely wasn't too bad, and if you have a small dog that doesn't have to be in the cargo area, this is still a good option, especially considering the fact that this flight cost me $350 with the pet fee included, while the Park Air flight cost me $6,000. New York. Hey, Nick and Teddy, he's New Yorker. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here at Times Square. Okay, guys, I was going to show more here,